Resiners has asked me to do a review of their G3 Resin Curing Machine. And I thought today would be perfect for me to do another rock salt video. That way I can see if my rock salt projects will actually be able to cure faster using the curing machine. So, real quick, let me just show you. This is the pamphlet that comes with your machine. Okay, and if you notice down here it says AB and UV dual cure, meaning it will do epoxy resin and it will do UV resin. We're going to try them both out. If you look, this is something that I just think is so cool. The handle is soft, it's flexible, but it's very thick, sturdy at the same time. Now let me show you this. First, let's look at this mat. This is a very thick mat that comes with your machine. This is at the shallower height. This height is perfect for like your coasters or your little alphabet letters and other flatter objects for keychains, things like that. And then if you flip the base over and put the silicone mat in here like that, it's actually deeper for your taller molds. Now then, taller molds. This is what we're going to do today. I've been wanting to try this with the rock salt for a while now. So that's what we're going to do. And this mold, it fits in here with the base in the deeper version. Now, if I end up with enough extra rock salt, because you know how that seems to happen for me a lot, then we'll also do this cute little nine-tailed fox. Okay? He'll fit in there. And to try the UV resin, we're going to make some little, the foam grip backs. You know, pop sockets. But it'll fit in at the same time. All these will fit in. There. And what we'll do, I'm going to use epoxy resin to fill them. And then I want to put some stickers on them. And then we can top coat them with UV resin. And that way we're able to check out how the UV portion of it works. If you notice, here's the UV lights on the inside of the lid. It also has air vents, a lot of air vents, which is wonderful, at all four corners. Notice, see, all four corners. And air vent back here. You don't want that covered. Set the lid on. This is the power button, and it is a long hold to turn it on. It automatically comes on for 2 hours. Right now it's set to the flat. To set it to tall, which is what we'll need, you just give a tap then, and it shifts right over to the tall. Now, let me get back over to here. That's the UV. Now flat, this is your time, which is 2 hours, or the temperature, which I'm in America, it automatically defaults to Fahrenheit. So it's automatically for the flat set to 140, and I can adjust it if I want. Let's see. Goes up to 149, that's degrees, that's as high as it goes. But then we go to tall. Let's flip over. The tall, you decide how long the temperature you want it at. Okay? And at that point, we go temperature, and we would raise that up to whatever temperature we want. Okay? So, we'll go ahead and that's the UV. We can increase the time. It goes in 10-second increments. And now we will long hold, shuts it all off. Alright, I have my resin mixed up. And real quick, we're going to go ahead and get the resin colored up for the little foam grips. I'm doing a combination of a couple different colors. It'll be a wheat and a sage green. Ooh. There we go. I think that'll make it pretty. Now go ahead and pour some of the resin in. Get it basically mixed up real quick. Okay, we can set that to the side. Now, to start mixing our rock salt. Put a little bit in the bottom. Actually, that's not quite what I want to do. Okay, this it's like an iridescent. This is like an iridescent glitter. Okay, if you know, let's see. Can you see that? You hit the light though, and it's got purple coloring to it. I thought that could be pretty if a little bit of it will show up, help make the rock salt just have a little more shimmer and a little bit of color. Just put it all in. You know what? I'm just gonna make it easier on myself. Instead, since I poured it, I'll just pour it back. That way it's all mixed fairly equal in the amount. And I want some gold flake. So we'll put some of that in. There. I'll just smash it around a bit as I'm mixing it in. Help break it apart. Okay. Now we'll pour some in the bottom. This one piece. It's a little extra thick and large. Try to tear some of it apart. Now let's start mixing the rock salt, and this is for filling the hands. And the hands, it takes about 18 ounces. So I have between 17 and 18 ounces, I think, of resin. So I have 18 ounces of the rock salt here. I think that gold is going to look really cool in it. Here we go. This one piece is very thick. Let me get it torn apart. go. Using the rock salt to tear it up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now then, set those to the side. Restir this. The reason why I wanted to get that done up also real quick was to make it where I didn't have as much resin all in that one cup, because I didn't want it heating up too fast on me. So now that I've split it up a little bit, I'm not quite as worried about it. So here we go. Oh, I want to show you this little sticker that's on the mat. We'll peel that off. It's just a basic instruction, also telling you about the placemat, where to place things. This is for when it's in the taller, which is the one we're going to use, the higher height limit. And then with the UV resin, if the tray is set for the taller molds, the UV area that the lights will hit spreads out a lot more. When you have it in the shallow version, flipped over, then your UV area is basically right here. So again, with the size of that, I'll just keep it at this deeper way. So move that sticker out of the way and put this on. Just go ahead and get them poured. Oh, you know what I didn't do. I didn't spray it. So there's just the one. Got a little bit on the mat. Well, just means we'll get to see how easy it is to clean it, huh? Make sure we have some around the whole bottom area. There. Now we'll start adding our rock salt. pause, start making sure, make sure it's pressed down in. You know, let me see here. Aha. That way I can see the fingers a little easier. Now you noticed I did put some resin in the mold first. That way it helped make sure that the bottom of the mold wouldn't be dry. I think that helps give it a smoother, fewer bubbles on that surface, fewer chances of bubbles. Now, I'm not saying you're not ever going to have a bubble with the rock salt, but I've noticed as long as I keep the beginnings when I'm first putting it in, making sure the rock salt is good and wet, then it really does help cut down on having those large bubbles, the pits that are created. I want to make sure that there's the rock salt all the way pretty much to the top also. I don't want it to go above the mold, but I want to make sure that I don't have a large gap where there's only resin in this part. I want to make sure there's rock salt that goes pretty much through the whole mold. So I'm going to take a little bit of the resin that's sitting on the top. I'll remove it for the moment, and I'll just use it when I go to fill our fox. And I like how I'm able to just actually fill this up right inside the tray. So I won't have to move it once I have it filled. All that I will do is just put the lid on and start it up. Now then, I think there is a bubble. Yes, there was. Right there in the wrist. What about over here? I mean, we might as well make sure we at least get the big ones, right? Let's see here. I'm sorry if I keep bumping the camera. I'm actually trying out a different angle, seeing if it makes it a little bit easier for you to see what I'm doing, the way I'm doing things. Get that rock salt pressed up under there a little bit better. Okay, so Now, okay, I just don't have enough to fill this one. So, we'll fill this one instead. Okay, so we will pull this forward some. There we go. And looky, we even have a little snail that I'm able to add in. Put it right there. Oh my gosh, look at everything that we got in here. Okay, let's burn off a few bubbles real quick. All right, here we go. All right, so I can go ahead and take my glove off now. Ooh, yay. And go ahead and power. I've already moved over to the tall. And so I have to set the temperature. Now, this is the part that bothers me. I've never used a curing machine before. And I only used a heat mat a couple of times. So I'm not exactly sure, temperature-wise, what I should put it at. I did find this on the internet. And so I'm going to go ahead, because I have the rock salt in it, it's not straight just resin. I feel I can go ahead and have it set higher. So the flat, it goes at 140, preset. So I'm just going to take it down 5 degrees to 135. Hopefully that works well. And I do remember in the instructions it says 2 hours for the tall molds or 2 hours for the flat molds. But if you're combining both the flat molds and the tall molds at the same time, to increase it by an hour. So instead of 2 hours, we're going to make it 3 hours. There we go. And about the last 20 minutes, it actually does a cool down all on its own, which is really nice. That way you're not touching the hot resin, which is another good reason for all of these air vents. You can actually feel the warm air right now. So it's already warmed up. Alright, I'll see you in a few hours and we'll see how they came out. Okay, it's time. We are back. Now, I didn't make it back at the 3-hour mark when they first finished. I got busy doing other things, some snow shoveling, fun things like that. But real quick, I want you to just take a look at this. Look at how much is in here that we were able to cure all at one time. And just so you know, in case you didn't catch it earlier, this mold here takes 18 ounces of resin normally. So I made 18 ounces of resin. That 18 ounces of resin, thanks to the rock salt, filled the hands, filled the box, filled the snail, filled the little skull and the medium skull, and filled our little bone grips backs. So I just want to make sure, point that out to you. Now let's go ahead and start unmolding them. And I do want to say, regarding this skull, and this snail, the resin had already started heating up pretty good. it was thickening, and so they may or may not come out as good. Oh, there we go. You know, I shouldn't have even said anything because I need to go ahead and clean it up, but came out great. You can see the little iridescent glitter in there too. So, setting that down. And then for the big hands, the big epoxy resin finale. My thought, my thought is if I can just be able to have my projects from start to finish, just completely done, out of the mold, and out of the way in the same day, I'm going to be happy. Sharp edge caught me. Oh, look at that. Wow. Look at that. I love it. Me putting that extra resin in first made it where this part that you see is very nice and smooth. I don't feel any pits, any bubble pits. Oh yeah, I am so happy with this. Oh, you've got the gold shining at you, and then I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but that glitter, because it's that iridescent, like a ghost glitter or chameleon ghost interference. I don't know what word you want to use, aurora, but it just has all the different colors. I thought it was just lavender, but I see green in there too. Bluish, all from the same glitter. But it doesn't overtake it. It just, the light catches it a little bit, gives it that little extra sparkle. Okay. Now then, we will get started on this in just a moment. Let me get these out of the way and get a band-aid. Alright, let's start off real quick. We'll go ahead and clean the mat up some. Basic masking tape. There. And that just came right up. There we go. Cleans up pretty good, actually. There. Pieces come off very easily, so that's good. Cleanup is easy. We always like easy cleanup, right? Okay, now what I figure we will do is, I think I had said stickers at the beginning of the video, but they're actually tattoos. So I will cut a couple of them up. I'm just cutting the corners off just to make it easier for me to see that I have the tattoo inside. There. Okay. Now then, we have to remember, take the top plastic off. That plastic piece. And then we will... Uh-oh. Well, that didn't work so well. It stuck immediately. You know what? We'll just do it like that. It's going to be stuck there either way. We will stick it there either way. Let's try this again. Peel the plastic back off. There. Now, we will put this one right here. And even though they're done, they're firm, still they will stick to things just like resin always does after it's cured for that first couple of days. Might be cured, but it doesn't mean it won't still cling to other things. Now we're just wetting the tattoos down. I'm just using a little bit of paper towel. I used to have a little bitty sponge that I used, but couldn't find it. No telling what I did with it. See if this was even salvageable. Oh, the Vibrant Life did make it. It's a little off center, I know. It's a shame it was that one because I thought that was so cool. Let's see. Get a couple more. There. Now I'll get all the little tattoos on. And then we'll get them patted dry and get the UV resin on them. Get them coated. There we go. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Alright, I got the tattoos on. I did find another little small dragonfly, so I was able to put them right there. So that one, I think I saved it basically. Now we'll go ahead and start putting the UV resin on the dome. Basically, we just need to, it doesn't even have to be super domed, but I want to get the tattoos covered. That way they're protected. And a little doming would be nice. Give it a little more of a finished look, in my opinion. Alright, now we can go ahead and put the lid on. Long press to turn it on. Tap it. Oops. It's over on UV. Go for a minute and a half. See how that is. Actually, it's a minute and a half, so I'm going to take it up to 2 minutes. So I'll add another 30 seconds. Well, that was about right. All right. Let's check on them, see if 2 minutes was long enough. Yep. They're not sticky tacky at all. 2 minutes. That's perfect. Yay. All right. I am going to let them cool now. Cool down a little bit before we start putting the stickers on. I say stickers. Before we start putting the phone grip pieces on. Okay? All right, I've got some phone grips out now. We'll go ahead and take them out. Nice, nice, nice. That one messed up. I had a bubble still in it. I didn't catch it. And a fiber. Go figure. I can always just sand that and then recoat it. There. So I definitely don't want to put a phone grip on that one. I don't think I want to put phone grips on all of them anyhow, but I do on some. I think I want to with this one. That one's just pretty. Black ones or white ones? Going white. Press it on real good. And we'll just do a couple. That was so pretty. But there's a fiber in there. Oh, that's two I'll have to fix later. Ooh. I think we need to do this one. Do we want to make it a black one or a white one? I think a black one on this one. There we go. I think I'm only going to do these two for now. I'm going to decide on what I want to do with those later. Well, besides fixing those. There. And I have stickers that go on this side that attaches to the phone. Very cute. Tattoos. Who'd have thought, right? Basically, the Resiners G3 Curing Machine, it saves me time because everything cures faster, keeps the temperature regulated during the curing process for better results, and it's space saving. One machine to cure both epoxy resin and UV resin. The adjustable time, temperature, and height for different mold sizes, along with the UV light, makes it very versatile. So if you're interested in the Resiners G3, you can find the link below in the description. Have a great day, guys. Bye for now.